So they say 3.5 billion years. We probably, after things settled down, it was probably a pretty cool place, right? For the, it took 1 billion years to cool down, and the lava and the this and that, but water formed. So we've had about maybe 3 billion good years on this planet, right? We've only been here, as Richard said, 70 years. In 70 years, if somebody was 70 years old from 1900 to the year 1970, that person would have seen horses in 1900. He would have seen a Model T in 1905. He would have seen the Wright brothers. He would have had radio. He would have jumped to stereo, black and white to color TV, all in the 70 years, and have gone from vaudeville to Led Zeppelin. In 70 years. Is that an insane thing to think about? To go from gas lamps in New York...
And landing on the moon.
And landing on the moon, well, allegedly. But we definitely had Led Zeppelin, right?
We
definitely had Woodstock, right?
There is that.
Let's go, Richard. But the point is, in that 70 years, look what we have done, right? Somebody in that 70-year life would have seen all of that. That's insane, right? Now let's talk about alien technology. If somebody out there, if we did that in 70 years, and somebody out there is visiting Earth that is, let's pull a small number, 1 million years more advanced than us. That's nothing in 3 billion years on planet Earth, right? Are you guys following where I'm going with this? So, do we even understand what could be out there? If we did that in 70 years, somebody 1 million years more advanced than us, do you think that we have a concept of their technology? That's the question to the panelists. I'm gonna start with Brad. Would we understand the technology that is visiting us? Would we have a concept, or are we a goldfish in a fishbowl?
I think it was Arthur C. Clarke that said, anytime people are confronted with technology that they can't understand, it would be similar to magic. I'm paraphrasing, I don't think I got that exactly right.
That's close, yes.
And that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with technology that would blow your minds. I mean, look at this. We got a computer in our pocket now. If you were to take this to, say, one of the uncontacted tribes in the Amazon basin or Papua New Guinea and just showed them Google Maps, it would blow their mind. They would think that this is magic.
If I would have showed you that phone 10 years ago,
That's right.
you'd be in an insane asylum today.
It would seem unbelievable.
That's
it's
absolutely
the
right.
Tracy reality we're living in now. And so when you take that up to the level of anti-gravity craft, interstellar travel, again, this would seem like magic to us. So in a way, I think ufology needs to be very philosophical about these things, to ease ourselves in to what can become a very strange and bizarre future that we're confronted with.
Well, if they saw you...
I'm a tall boy. I'll fit right in.
Patty, would we understand that technology? Do you think the question is obvious. Would we be ready for it, or is it just way beyond us?
You're talking 70 years ago?
No, I'm saying today, that knowledge that is out there, do we understand what's going on?
Well, I think the mass public doesn't, but I think that if all of a sudden you offered them the opportunity to no longer pay an electric bill or put gas in their car, I bet they'd vote yes. So I think if you give them the generic 3D outcome of this is going to be good for you financially, you're going to win them over. But then when they realize that they're going to be able to breathe better, their food won't be poisoned, their water won't be poisoned, because now we've got the technologies to clean everything. I think people are going to see it as a real freedom. On the other hand, it's going to be a hard choice, freedom or a vaccination set.
Patty, how did you get so smart? Richard Dolan. Would we even have a way to wrap our mind around this technology that could be potentially 1 million or 2 million years more advanced than us?
I wonder about this too. Part of me wants to say no, we would never, but part of me thinks, I think maybe we underestimate ourselves, and the reason that I think that is simply, as you were pointing out, the revolution we've gone through, even in the last century and a half. We're not going at a linear rate. We're shooting up like a rocket. And so we're certainly able to perceive them in a way that we could not have done easily 100 years ago. 100 years ago, we weren't even flying, really, very much. 150 years ago, we were not. And we were not in the air. We didn't have electronic means of detection. And suddenly we have that now. So we've gone exponentially beyond where we were. And we're now on the verge of, if we haven't already achieved in the secret world, quantum computing, what's called strong artificial intelligence, that is artificial intelligence that will be self-aware. We're this close, probably, to it. And then factor in a lot of other kind of technologies that will work with that. We're really going to be, we're reinventing ourselves as a civilization and as a species that will then be able to work on its own, like guide its own development, its own evolution.
So you think we could absorb it, and
we can absorb more than we may think. I don't know. I doubt that we'll be able to get all of it. I mean, there are probably eons ahead of us, but that's an interesting